Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Will back with another YouTube video. Today, we're going to be talking about a stock called LUNR. The ticker symbol is LUNR. I actually got a request on Instagram to do some analysis on this stock, so I said, alright, fuck it, why not? So this stock is in the electrical technology and aerospace and defense sector. What this means is, think of NASA. They're the leading competitor in this industry. I guess first things first. If you... I mean, you know, this is hard to talk about without, like, a personal opinion, I guess you can say. So I'm kind of just going to say it. I think NASA's a fucking hoax. All the money that's been put into that company for them to send this one little piece of fucking robot machine on the moon. Kind of stupid in my opinion. But obviously to each its own. But with that being said, you can obviously still make money off stocks that are in these sectors here. Is it one of my favorite sectors? No, I would prefer a military and defense in the electronic technology sector. I would prefer a military and defense stock. I kind of stay away from aerospace. I stay away from the outer space bullshit, to be honest with you. But with that being said, I'm still going to do a full analysis on this. I did about an hour or two research on this, so we are going to dig into this stock here. First, we're going to go over some fundamentals on this stock. So I was able to read through the income statements, the balance sheets, and, you know, all the numbers and the fun shit. What I've noticed is that in 2023, their total revenue was $79.52 million, which was right here this whole time in 2023. At the end of the year, they reported that. You know, as we can see, the stock was trading at $8, rose all the way up to $136, and has been on the downtrend since. Now, year to date, right now, the revenue is at $157.77 million. So it's almost doubled the revenue of what it was last year, and we're still trading at $9. And there's also a reason we are trading at $9 is because there was a big news article that came out. So the news article that came out was NASA picked a company to do a contract with for moon satellites, which happened to be LUNR. So LUNR accepted the contract. It paid it was a 4.82 billion contract for moon satellites. So this was the big news pump here, from $5.53 up until $9. And then also some other statistics. The net income in 2023 was $62 million. Year to date right now is $37.41 million. Since this stock is low market cap, meaning it's not, you know, this stock is probably not in the top 500, I would assume. The market cap's only around $1 billion. Yeah, it's a 1.16 billion market cap stock. With that being said, there's a lot of room for this company to grow. It could definitely grow in a couple years. You know, 5-10 years. It's still a fairly new company. This company was established in 2013, and it only released with an IPO in 2021. So it's only been in the stock market for about, or the New York Stock Exchange for about 3 years. So it's still a fairly new stock. With that being said, it's very hard to, you know, when you're looking at the S&P 500 or you're looking at something like Microsoft or Google, you have a lot more data with the charts. To me, this just looks like a pump and dump. For example, pump and dump meaning like something like Dogecoin, if you remember. It looked just like this. Is this a scenario of a possible new meme stock, like AMC or GME. These low market cap stocks tend to have these pump and dumps, which can be relatively scary. With that being said, my personal opinion on this, if you were to buy this stock, I'd wait for a pullback. You have to be patient with these types of stocks. If you're buying at $9 and this sells off to this gap fill, you're already down 50%. Which this can easily happen from one whale just selling off with a low market cap like this. So you have to be very careful here. Somewhere where I would actually start buying the stock is somewhere in this range right here, probably. I feel like this 460 to 550 is a good area to DCA into. If you don't know what DCAing means, it's dollar cost averaging, so you just buy every single day when it's in this area right here. If it gets into this area right here, I would up the DCA maybe. So here you could start out with, $2, $3, $4, $5. And if it comes down to this area here, anywhere in this area right here, actually, I would up it to around $10 per day. With that being said, this is definitely a long-term stock, and we know this sector is going to be here forever. So that's not, the sector isn't a problem here. It's NASA that's the problem here. They rule this sector, which means these companies that are just coming in that want to be in this space, kind of have to bend over and bow down to NASA, for contracts or for pushes up, etc., stuff like that. So we do have to be careful when we are trading this stock, but I feel like anywhere in the 550 and below is a good area to buy. I think up here is a little too high. I'm going to put on the RSI real quick just so I can see what that's at. Okay, so the RSI is 78, which is very high on the daily. Anywhere in the 30s to 40s is a good area. So as we can see here in this area right here, the RSI is around 33.50, which is a great area. I still even think here, you can start DCAing if you're a little scared it's going to leave you. But this area right here is money right here. Anywhere in this area is money. 38 risk assessment. You're buying this at, from 370 to 213, anywhere in this range. This is a great range to start purchasing the stock. Just be patient in these areas. You have to be very patient when it comes to these stocks. They don't move. They're not very volatile. The only time these stocks actually start to move is when big news comes out, which is that article we just talked about, the NASA contract that was for $4.82 billion. Other than that, I don't like this sector. That's the only problem. That I'm not a fan of this sector. Long term, keeping it, I'm gonna have to say no. Short term, keeping it, yes. I think if you buy it at, $2 or $2.50, whatever, $3, whatever you buy it at, and it goes to $10, you get out. You leave it alone. You get out. A lot of these companies do go out of business too in this sector because NASA controls everything. But we can clearly see it's been on a downtrend since. Let me just get rid of this indicator. But obviously we've broken structure to the upside. I would like to see a pullback on this. Next high to contest would be this $13 area and also this $11.87 area. But I would definitely like to see a pullback. Most likely we're going to see a gap fill here. This news is the only thing that's pushing this up. We'll probably see something like this. Bounce in here, consolidate here a little bit, and then hopefully pull back into this area. You could turn on your DCA here for $5. You know, and then hopefully it comes down into this area. This is the money box right here. I call this the money box. This is a very good area to start DCAing into. If you're a little nervous and you want to get in, you could just wait till this area. But we want to see this gap get contested here. Now, a good case scenario, or a worst case scenario if you're not invested into this stock yet, we come down, we test this gap, and then we just push back up and we start contesting these areas. Don't FOMO up here. FOMOing means fear of missing out. Do not start buying up here, okay? Do not start buying up here. This can be immediately a rug pull. What whales tend to do in these markets, they'll pump a stock up. You know, you think it's going to go to the next level, which is, you know, the 100 level, you know, the $20 level. And then they all are on the phone with each other, and they're like, all right, let's sell the stock. And then that's when you get something like this. So, just be very careful when you're trading this, but that's my personal opinion on this stock. I think the 350 area is a great area to start buying. If you're scared and you think you're going to miss out, $5 is not a bad buy area. But don't just go all in. Don't just throw $1,000 at $1,000 when it's at $5. Don't throw $1,000 in at $3. DCA into it, because these stocks don't move a lot. They move very slow. The only time they really do move is if news comes out. But other than that, I mean, the next quarterly earnings, which you should keep in mind, is... I wrote it down here somewhere. Where did I write it down? The next earnings is November 11th. So we definitely want to see... That's going to be Q3 24. We want to see what happens. As you can see right here, the 14th of May 24, they completely tanked on earnings. But look at this sell-off right here. This was the earnings tanking. Earnings came out, and it only sold off, you know, it sold off 10% on earnings, and then after it sold off another 40%. So you have to be careful, especially with earnings. I'm not sure what happened here at all. I tried to look around for it. I couldn't find anything. But, you know, you do have to be careful with these aerospace stocks here. But other than that, I mean, that's all I got for Luna or LUNR. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Today I took one trade on NQ. I forgot about that. I took one trade on NQ today. Where is it? I went long somewhere over here, and then I just got stopped out at like a 22-point loss. I was targeting the highs. Didn't make it through here. Obviously, this was the bounce area, this 19,860, but it's all good. We're up for the week. I'm gonna post the gains up here in a second here, so you'll see how we did for the week. Today was the only day I took a losing. Today was the only day I took a loss out of the whole week. And it was a tiny loss. It wasn't a big loss. So I'll post these gains up here. If you guys want me to review other stocks, you know, I'll be more than happy to. Just leave a comment, shoot me a DM on Instagram. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Later.